Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Math with Mullins. Today we're going to look at lesson 7.5, but kind of a part 2, because what we're going to do is look at some coordinate planes and coordinate points and decide if the type of figure we're seeing is a quadrilateral, but then could it be a parallelogram like a rectangle, a rhombus, or a square. We got a few things to point out first. We have 3 methods of how we can determine those things. So the first method we're going to look at is the distance formula, finding the length of all 4 sides and 2 diagonals. If it's a parallelogram, your opposite sides are congruent. If it's a rectangle, your diagonals are congruent. If it's a rhombus, all sides are congruent. And then if it's a square, all of these things would be true. For method 2, we're going to talk about the slope formula. Slope formula would be, if it's a parallelogram, opposite sides parallel, so that's same slope. If it is a rectangle, you're going to have consecutive sides perpendicular. If it is a rhombus, your diagonals will be perpendicular. And if it's a square, all true from above. The third method we'll talk about is looking at your diagonals only. So with a parallelogram, your diagonals bisect each other. And one way we see that is they share same midpoint. If it's a rectangle, your diagonals are congruent, and we're going to use the distance formula to solve that. If it's a rhombus, your diagonals are perpendicular, and if it's a square, of course, all true from above. Okay, so make sure you know your distance formula, your slope, and your midpoint, and then we'll get to it here in our next example. So each one of these says determine whether the quadrilateral is going to be a rhombus, a rectangle, a square, a parallelogram in general, or none. So the first thing I'd want to do is, since I'm giving you a coordinate plane to plot your points, let's go ahead and plot our points. So 9, -4 is going to be letter A. B is going to be 8, -2. C is 2, -5. And D is 3, -7. Okay, and then we're going to just connect all those. Okay, something I look at first is I'm going to think about what my slope is. So I'm going to think about CD and BA, those are 2 opposite sides, and then BC and AD are also opposite sides. So from C to D, I'm going down 2 over 1, so that's -2 over 1, which is just -2, and then B to A, I'm going down 2 over 1, or -2. Okay, so right now these have the same slope. So what I can say right now is that BA and CD are parallel. Then I look at BC. BC, I go up 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is going to be 3 over 6, which reduces to 1/2. And then AD is 1, 2, 3 for my rise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for my run. 3 over 6 is also 1/2. So that is also same slope. So these are going to be parallel. Okay, so right now I can definitely say this is a parallelogram, but what type of parallelogram could it be? So next thing I want to maybe look at is my distance of my sides and to see if those match. So again, C to D must match B to A, and BC must match AD. I also know that these are perpendicular slopes, because I'm seeing my opposite reciprocals, so I know I have 4 90-degree angles. I just want to make sure, am I really seeing those opposite matching sides? So from C to D, C is 2 plus 9, or sorry, 2 minus 9. So I'm going to do x2 minus x1 squared. So 9 minus 2 is 7. And then -4 minus -5 is 1. So that is 49 plus 1, or 50. No, that's not right. Where am I going with this? Okay. Oh, I know what I did. I did kind of like a right triangle. So 1 squared plus 2 squared is going to give me the length of CD. So that's 1 plus 4, which is the square root of 5. And then B to A is also going to be the square root of 5 because it has the same slope, same distance. 2 squared plus 1 squared is equal to 5 squared. And then for BC, again, thinking about your right triangle, I'm going up 3 and over 6, so that's 3 squared and 6 squared. So 3 squared plus 6 squared, or 9 plus 36 is the square root of 45. And AD is also 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that one's also going to be the square root of 45. Okay, so my perpendicular slopes, I'm showing the same distance for opposite sides. So we're going to conclude that this shape is a rectangle. Okay, next I have option 2 here, and then we'll have one more example after this. See if you want to try this one on your own. So if you want to pause it here, try it on your own, and when you're ready to check it, go ahead and click play. All right, first thing I'm going to do is find all my points. So A is -2, -7, B is 1, -5, C is 4, -7, and then D is 1, -9. Right now it looks like probably a rhombus, but we're just going to prove that just to make sure. The first thing I like to do is look at my slopes. So I'm going to check out AB, make sure it matches CD, and then I'm going to check out BC and make sure it matches AD. So A to B is rise 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. And then C to D is rise 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. So right now I can say AB is parallel to CD. And then BC is down 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. So down 2 over 3. And AD is down 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. So these are also going to be parallel. Okay. Now what I am noticing is that these are not perpendicular slopes. So yes, they are a parallelogram, but they cannot be a square, they cannot be a rectangle. So square and rectangle, those are not going to be it. So the only thing I can prove now would be a rhombus, and how I would do that is I'd look at my distance and my diagonals. So let's look at our distance for my sides first. AB and CD, make sure those match, and then BC and AD. Again, I'm going to use slope to help me. So AB is up 2 over 3. So that is 2 squared plus 3 squared, or 4 plus 9, which is 13. So AB's length is the square root of 13. And then CD is also a side 2 and a side 3. So 2 squared plus 3 squared, or 4 plus 9, which is the square root of 13. So right now I can say that A, B, and CD match their sides. Let's see what happens with BC and AD. BC, I'm down 2, run 3. So again, that's 2 squared and 3 squared, or 4 plus 9, which is still the square root of 13. So I know that it's got to match that guy. And then for, oops, I don't want to put that right on top of there. And then for A to D, A is 2 to D is 3. So again, 2 squared and 3 squared, or 4 plus 9 is still square root of 13. So all of my sides match, okay? Now, something else to consider is your diagonal slope, your slope of their diagonals. I'm going to see if I can do this with the highlighter. From B to D, that's a slope 0. And from undefined, and from A to C is a slope 0. So what I conclude about my diagonals are perpendicular slopes. And we know that a rhombus has a perpendicular diagonal intersection. So this would be a rhombus because I have same sides and diagonal is perpendicular. Okay? Bet you can guess what the last one is, but just for kicks and giggles, we're going to try it out here. So let's go ahead and plot our points first. -4, -3 is my letter A. B is 1, -2. C is 2, -7. And then D is -3, -8. Okay? Once I have all my points connected, we'll go ahead and start first with my favorite of slope. So again, AB needs to match CD, and AD needs to match BC. Okay, from A to B is rise 1, run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from C to D, up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got the same slope here, which means parallel. Okay, then for AD and BC, I'm down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. And BC, I'm down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. So these are same slope as well. So AD is parallel to BC. Okay. These are showing perpendicular lines, so that means I have 90-degree angles, so can't be a rhombus. So rhombus is off the table. Now I just got to double check, is this going to be a square or a rectangle? And that one way I find that out is my distances. How do AB and CD look? And how do AD and BC look? Okay, from A to B is up 1 over 5, so that's 1 squared plus 5 squared, or 1 plus 25, so the square root of 26 is that distance, and CD is the same thing. Okay, so right now I can say AB matches CD, and then for AD, it's down 5 over 1, so still 5 squared and 1 squared, so still going to give me 25 plus 1, which is the square root of 26. So that also matches. And then BC is going to be the same thing. 5 squared plus 1 squared, still going to give me the square root of 26. So I do have all matching sides. One more way to think about this is talk about your diagonals. From B to D, that distance is going to be the same midpoint as A to C. So if you look at BD, that is 1 plus -3 over 2, and here I'm doing midpoint. So that's going to be -2 over 2, which is -1, comma, -2 plus -8, so that's -10 over 2, which is -5. So -1, -5 is the midpoint for BD, and it's also going to be the midpoint for AC. So with their diagonals, their midpoints match. Okay, so that's another way that you can prove that this could be not a rectangle, but a square. Okay, your square is going to have same sides, perpendicular slopes to show those 90-degree angles, and your matching diagonals. Okay, thanks for tuning in. That's all I had for us today. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to solve for when you are trying to identify the types of parallelograms, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.